on, guys? It's Michael here again. We're on day 3 of phase 2. Now, I'm not gonna do a video every single day because it's really not feasible. But I especially want to do one every day of this first week. That way, you guys will get an idea on every single one of the workouts because all the workouts are different. The day 1 and day 4 are the same muscle groups, but the workouts are slightly different. So I want to do that. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time each day, just conversating with you guys. Like I said, this is going to be a workout plus a vlog on these days. So anyway, it's just a couple minutes after 1 o'clock. I just pulled out from the office for work, and like I said, I'm also a student, like I said on yesterday's video. So I'm headed off, for the good hour drive to school, to get my classes out of the way for the day. I think I get an essay to do in one of the classes, an in-class essay to do in my ethics class, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check the syllabus. And then I think we'll have some kind of quiz on the reading material that we were supposed to do for this class. Actually, we're getting to the point where we're winding everything down, getting ready for finals here in a couple weeks, which is cool because my wife and I, we got plans here in a couple weeks. So the day, I think the day of my last final, we're going to take the next 3 days off because that's on the 11th, I believe, and we're going to take the 11th, 12th, and 13th off because the 13th is our anniversary. But the night of the 11th, we're going into Little Rock to go see a concert. We're going to go see Def Leppard with Tesla and REO Speedwagon. So, neither one of us has seen Def Leppard before. Both of us have seen Tesla, which that was a big time bucket list check off for me when I finally got to see them. And maybe not so much her, but for me, REO Speedwagon is on that list of bands. Is on that bucket list of bands I wanted to see in my lifetime because that was one of my favorite bands growing up. But anyway, guys, something I was going to talk about too was the diet side of this whole thing. Now, I know, I've said before in previous videos how any kind of fitness journey is going to be about 20% in the gym and 80% in the kitchen, and I'm not changing it at all. But being that it's at 80% in the kitchen means that your biggest room for mistakes are going to be made in the kitchen. And one thing that, I think the hardest thing for people to do as far as getting any progress done in the fitness journey is to be consistent, to stay dedicated and be consistent, especially whenever it comes to eating real clean. Because unless you have, I've got a family and I don't have a lot of time, so I can't, be making, a separate, big, great, grand meal every day, that falls into my macronutrient, profile that I'm wanting to go for. So I've kind of got to eat, I wouldn't say bland as in flavor, but I've got to eat bland as in, I've got a limited amount of things I can eat. That way I can make the most efficient use of my time. And, here I am 3 days in, and I already feel like I'm having to literally choke down the food because I don't want it. I'm tired of eating it already. But that's where the mental aspect of this comes into play, where you just have to push through it and just realize that if you can stick this out and do the things that you're supposed to do, your goals will be met. And that's what's keeping me going with this. Even though the last 10 minutes of my lunch I spent going through probably 3 or 4 bites of food just because I just couldn't. I'm tired of eating. I'm tired of eating chicken. I love chicken and I love the flavor of it. It had nothing to do with the flavor. It's just my palate is getting so tired of the same thing every single day. But I'm going to stick with this, and it's going to make that cheat meal that I have, at the end of the 6 weeks even more glorious. Which I may end up having sort of a cheat meal on the 9th whenever my wife and I go out for our anniversary. I am going to, eat something that's outside of my normal realm of food, but I am going to keep it relatively clean as far as restaurant food standards go. And I'm really going to save that, epic cheat meal for the end of the 6 weeks. I really don't want to throw a big cheat meal in the middle of this 6 week cut. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep on doing this drive. I may jump in here if I can think of something else to say. But if not, just stay tuned for the workout number 3, and I'll see y'all in a few. No, I'll see y'all in a few hours. Bye bye. What's going on, guys? Well, exiting good old Henderson State University this afternoon. Just got finished writing an essay, just like I said. I thought we had one. 4-page essay written in class, which really, probably only accounts to 2.5-page essay or something if I was to top it out. But anyway, it came out better than what I thought it would. I've gotten used to writing for this class, and the first couple essays I wrote for it, I really thought that I just put a whole bunch of gibberish that didn't make any sense down on the paper, and ended up coming out with an A on the paper. So I've come not to put any kind of stock in the idea that if I think I put down a whole bunch of gibberish that didn't make any sense, then I probably put down a whole bunch of concise thoughts and it made perfect sense, because that seems to be the way things have worked in that class this semester. So anyway, I think this next class we got to spend some time trying to figure out when we're going to have our final, because we're in a time slot that there's actually not a final time scheduled for our class. So we've got to figure out one that works for everybody, which shouldn't be too hard with this being so late in the afternoon. Anyway, well, I've got to stop up here and get me a bottle of water so I can mix my Explode. I don't have a cup in here with me to mix it before I head off to the gym. So I'll see y'all here in a few minutes when I get to the gym. Bye.